It is October 31st. Happy Halloween. Hashtag spooky season. It is a gloomy mother in this. You've got to be kidding me. I was just trying to get the intro done. Happy Halloween. He's still standing here on the edge. He's standing on a field edge, just keeps looking back at my grunt. But I was not ready for that, and he definitely picked me up, but I thought I was going to get a chance at him. The wind is blowing the wrong way right now, so I'm gonna stop trying. I'm being dumb. Maybe another day. believe that. This camera just got set up, and I'm like, all right, quick, do an intro and sit the down because the rain just stopped and it's gonna be moving and it's Halloween, so anything can happen. He's definitely gonna catch my wind if he is even still remotely curious about what's going on back here. That was a 2.5-year-old buck with really nice antlers. I think it was an 8-pointer, but I wasn't counting. It could have been 10. We'll look back at that footage. I think I got a couple decent shots of him, but hold on. All my friends are gonna talk so much when they see this. Wow. I'm glad it happened though. That was cool. And this is the first sit of the year in my permanent stand behind my big pond on our property. I've been waiting and letting it marinate. I've got a water hole that I dug by with a shovel last summer. It's a great spot, and more amazing deer will come through. So I'm gonna shut the up and see if anything else comes through. But it's not over. I just saw another buck cruise by the bottom of that field edge. He disappeared on me, but it's good to see that they're moving tonight. There were heavy rains this morning and into the early afternoon, and it just let up about 45 minutes before I got out here. So by 3:30, 4 o'clock, we still have an hour left. When that rain lets off during this time of year, that's a deadly time to be outside. So take note of that. You never know what happens on an evening after a heavy rain in the pre-rut. It's a golden opportunity. Just gotta make sure there aren't any bucks around me this time. Good evening. It's November 1st. 24 hours since my incident with the buck that I screwed that situation up with. I got my leather on, and I got my arrow knocked. That was pretty cool though. Now a little backside to that story. After the buck spooked, he either got a whiff of me slightly or saw some of my movement, trying to get my shit together. He took his time getting out of here, wandered around on the side of the field edge. I gave him a few grunts. He looked back at those grunts. I think it slowed him down. That buck was working his way around me in a circle, and possibly about to come back in to check out what that noise was, whether it was a real buck or not. He got to another field back here. He was 150 yards away, and unfortunately my mother pulled in the driveway, and our driveway cuts right through the middle of our property. I'm only 80 yards from it now, and when she pulled in, I didn't care too much, but then I heard her stop for like 15-20 seconds, and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. She sees the buck. And when I got out of the tree stand and talked to her and told her how luck I had, she was like, I saw him. He was in the field. He was so pretty. He was working his way back, but it happens. Sit back and see if anything cruises through. So my mom's mowing the lawn right now, which kind of sucks. But you know, she's got to make the house look pretty. She hasn't had enough of spooking bucks. She doesn't want me getting a deer because the freezer's already full. I reckon I'll kill me a deer and throw it right on her lap. What do you say, boys and girls? That was pretty cool. That was the first time in a while that I've seen that really funky, tall, right antler buck in person in a while. I technically had a shot opportunity on him last year during the beginning of the rut, early in the morning, first light. Very, very good close range shot. But obviously he's not legal. He's got 2 or 3 points on his right antler at the top, but none of them are longer than an inch. So he's an interesting buck, because I swear that thing is like 3, if not 4 years old. He's a big boy. He's a fat hog. Just getting by every day because he's got funky antlers. There was another 2-point spike in the mix there, and then at least 3 doe. One of the does was pretty big. That was the first deer I saw walk down that field edge, which is normally where I pick the deer out when they're coming through. They stick out. In my peripherals, I pick them up. But she was a big doe. I was considering taking her tonight if she came in. But of course she was being chased by some rowdy young bucks and a big buck. But they all dispersed. I let out a few grunts, but there's about 5 to 10 minutes of shooting light left, so I'm not expecting much, but you never know.
Scouting that area, or you just walk in and find one?
Yeah, he's been scouting around down there, and then I don't really know for sure, I guess, where he's been scouting, but then...
Well, he said he had been like that.
And then we're gonna go through some of the open timber and hopefully set up on an edge where we're overlooking a river bottom. I think there's a lot of bucks in here.
Good morning. It's about 7:20 a.m., maybe 7:30, November 2nd. Mike and I just headed up to the Poconos last night, stayed at my family's lake cabin, and just took a little 10-minute stroll to some public land this morning. Got settled in by 6 a.m. That young buck right there, he almost caught me. I was practicing drawing my bow a couple times, and he just stomped right up at me and started checking me out, but thankfully he's in the rut and he's a little dumb. He just moved on and he followed our foot trail out. We were wearing estrus, so I think we got them all hot and bothered. That's a good sign. Hopefully something bigger comes through. I'm excited. It's a nice 30-degree morning, clear skies, winds up to 5 miles an hour, blowing in a steady direction. Probably the one I saw down that way.